What's up, gamers, and welcome back for more WotC-20. Today's matchup is TakoBel versus ZapChu. If you're not familiar, TakoBel is an artillery build with Victory Bell as a supporting line, and ZapChu is really a mono-electric deck with Zapdos and Raichu. So we'll get more into it as the game unfolds. Starting off, it looks like ZapChu gets the opening draw, and I am not familiar with that alt-art trainer. It looks like a fan club. Yeah, I think that's a fan club. So that is going to pull out a Cleffa and a Pikachu for the bench. Already a Fossil Zapdos on bench. Is that Fossil? I think it's Fossil. I don't think that's base set. Yeah, that is the Fossil art. It looks very similar to the base set and base set 2 art to me. And now with Cleffa on bench with the Pikachu, Eevee inactive can free retreat out. That is Chain Evolution Eevee as well, the black promo. Let's see, it looks like a Strength Charm in hand, an Energy Stadium comes down. No energy to fetch for it yet, and passes over to TakoBel. So, TakoBel, Bell coming from Victory Bell, Taco coming from Octillery. Is a very disruptive deck. It uses Octillery for coin flips constantly to dissuade attacking, and then Victory Bell can use Fragrance Trap to gust opponents constantly. Looks like a trader will throw a Victory Bell out, and that is a turn 1. That was a turn 1 trader into evolution, which you cannot do. Yeah, that's alright. Can't evolve turn 1, but whatever. Computer search, discarding a DCE and a warp, and we'll see what that pulls out. Alright, looks like it was just for a single Remoraid instead of Fan Club. Attached to Cleffa and Eek for free. Chain Evolution did pop off on that Eevee, got the Jolteon evolved into the active. Now that Jolteon is going to have an attach for a Lightning. Raichu evolves as well, that is also Fossil. Strength Charm to Zapdos, so I have to keep an eye on that. That Zapdos does have a very good attack in Thunderstorm, where for each of your opponent's Pokemon, you flip a coin, and if heads it deals 20 to them, so that would be up to 30 the way Strength Charm is currently ruled. Errata when. And then Zapdos would deal 10 damage times the number of tails to itself. So, not a riskless coin flip attack, but Thunderstorm for 4 Lightning will also deal 40 to the active. Alright, Goldberry onto the Weepin' Bell. And another Eek. 2 Remoraids added to the bench as well, so now there are 3 Remoraids there. Jolteon up to 2 attaches will be able to attack now. I believe it is Quick Attack. And a trader to send a Fossil Raichu back into the deck. We'll see what they pull out here. Good deck peep. You can see an Elekid sitting there. And it will be another Eevee. Alright, a little bit of shuffling going on, just a bit. Looks like there's a quick rules question, so we'll be right back.
I can add more than one. I can add more than one. Okay, George, I can add, am I able to add more than one strength charm Pokemon per turn?
Yeah, as long as it's to a different Pokemon.
Yep.
Second strength charm comes down onto the Raichu. I thought that EV came out this turn, but that's fine if there was an evolution. I don't think there was, though. Alright, quick attack gets double heads through the baby rule and for the additional damage to deal 30. That is the first prize of the match. And now Remoraid comes in. It is lightning weak, so that will matter. Six cards in hand for ZapChu. We might see a copycat come down here. Victory Bell comes down. And now we will discuss it very briefly. Alright, it was a Tails, but if you're not familiar with Victory Bell, 90 HP, Fragrance Trap allows you to flip a coin. It can be benched or active, and if you get a heads, you can gust your opponent. So very, very strong ability. And Corrosive Acid is a pretty decent attack. 2 grass and a colorless deals 40, and then you flip a coin to see if you burn the opponent. So second grass attach comes down. That Victory Bell is going to be very important in terms of attrition here and trading. And a fairly large copycat, but Jolteon will definitely rack up KOs against these Remoraids if they stay active.
So that's where like all this stuff from these guys here, all 3 of these are big. They don't have first I don't know how many. So even if you see it later, traders first, right? So everything was first.
Alright, and a Bellsprout comes active. Remoraid having free retreat. And we'll see there's a third attach for Jolteon, so now it can start using its Pin Missile attack.
Grass from Victory Bell.
ER hits grass on Victory Bell, that's a big deal. Board getting a little lopsided on attachments now. And we'll see if this Jungle Jolteon is going to hit high with Pin Missile. It's 4 coin flips, 20 per heads. Alright, and that is going to be 3 heads, 60 damage, knocks out the Bellsprout. Second prize of the match already. Remoraid comes active. Looks like there's Water Energy in hand. You can see an Octillery in hand, although that will also remain weak to Lightning. And hence the name TakoBel. Taco as in takoyaki is the octopus joke there. TakoBel because there's a Victory Bell. Fragrance Trap was a Tails. And we will pull an Octillery down. As well as a Cleffa, so Octillery, very good attacker. Second grass comes down for Victory Bell, so it still can't attack. ER away 2 grass energies, I assume, for Copycat again, maybe? Yep. And while Copycat is resolving, Octillery has a very good attack and Smokescreen. Water and a DCE gives you 40 damage to the active, and then if the defending tries to attack next turn, the opponent has to flip a coin. If tails, the attack does nothing. Of course, you can retreat out of active and come back in to get around that, but retreating against Octillery will also trigger Suction Cups, which is its ability. As long as it's active, whenever the defending Pokemon retreats, discard all energy cards attached to the defending when it goes to the bench. So very synergistic, especially if you can gust things in and out with Victory Bell. And it turns out 40 damage is actually kind of a lot when you are constantly being dissuaded from attacking by having to flip like a pseudo baby rule almost. Full bench, Bellsprout comes in, Remoraid goes to the bench on free retreat. And a pass for turn. Still no attacking from Victory Bell, although it looks like there's enough energy in hand where that could happen next turn. Now Zapdos is starting to power up. Plenty of work being done by Jolteon and active. And it looks like we're going for another Pin Missile. Needs 3 heads to knock out the Bellsprout again. And that was 0 heads, so sometimes you get all heads, sometimes you get 0.
Okay, I'll start with
Energy Stadium hits heads, it'll pull an energy out of the bin here, which is also something that Victory Bell can use to start attacking. Fragrance Trap attempt again here. It's a Tails again. If that pulls in the Zapdos, that would be a huge play. Gonna see where attaches come down here if they start committing to Octillery or Victory Bell. Switch will pull Bellsprout out of active and put Victory Bell in, so I assume we're going to see some attacking here. The water energy will get it powered up, although there is plenty of grass in hand. And it will be another grass.
attack with the corrosive acid for 40, and then I'll flip to see if it burns.
Alright, Corrosive Acid will deal 40. This is a flip to see if there's a burn.
6.
It is a burn. So in between turns, flip a coin.
Flip a coin, and if it's tails,
If it's tails, take 20. Burn counter on board.
it's and still burn, but you have to get damage.
Yes.
So I take it at the beginning of each turn.
Well, between each turn.
Okay, so beginning and end. Got it.
This is the amount of stuff you can see like a pound together here.
Tails, so you take 20. Yep.
Alright, and tails procs. So that double flip with the burn means that Victory Bell ultimately dealt 60. Jolteon only has 70 HP. Slow attached to bench on Zapdos means it is halfway to being powered up. Jolteon does not have a free retreat on this printing of it. And it looks like instead we're going for a pin missile here, so that's 1 heads,
4,
2nd heads,
6.
3rd heads. So bad flips last turn, good flips this turn. Deals 60, Goldberry pops, brings it back down to 20. Now flipping for a burn, this could be a knockout. And it's good, so Victory Bell would have to attack to get the knockout now, unless it wants to try for another burn flip in between turns. And that Victory Bell only has 90 HP, so now you'd only have to deal 70 to it to knock it out. Energy Stadium here is good. Pull another basic out of the bin, put it into your hand.
So the double claims here.
DCE hits the Octillery, and Corrosive Acid will knock out Jolteon. So that is the first prize for Octillery. Cleffa comes in for the knocked out Jolteon. Another electric attachment onto the Zapdos getting powered up. Energy Stadium is ahead, so that'll start getting energy back from the knocked out Jolteon into the hand. And it'll be a pass back. Could have used Playful Punch there. If you're going to pass and not attack, Playful Punch is a great way to pass turn back. Mark some extra damage on the opponent on a good flip. Stadium is at Tails for Victory Bell. Weeping Bell comes down on the board with the grass attached for itself. Corrosive Acid attempting to knock out a Cleffa here, and it is good. Prizes are now even at 4-4. See plenty of water energy in hand, so Octillery could have powered up there. Instead, the attach goes to the Weeping Bell. We'll keep an eye on that. Another Raichu comes down. See a Trader and a Raichu in hand. We'll keep an eye on that. Oh, no we won't. We'll just use it. We'll trade a Zapdos in instead. I assume we'll see another Pikachu if there's a Raichu in hand. We also know that there is one attach, although we'll see what Energy Stadium does. Instead, it pulls out a Cleffa. Always good to have a baby around, although there is the Elekid.
Always had like a bit of part of the center to it, so they kind of dial. I can get it ready for it. You have so many fires.
That's probably why I'm scale 40. This guy
40 if I hit it, and if you have fire.
And there is the attach to Zapdos, so here comes a Thunderstorm. Energy Stadium is also good, so that'll fetch a Lightning Energy out of the bin to hand. So Thunderstorm, 40 damage up front, so that'll deal big damage to Victory Bell.
Thunderstorm because the strength charm is at 50. I flip for each Pokemon. This one.
Thunderstorm will not apply weakness and resistance to the bench.
We'll do 30.
He takes 30?
Yeah, because of the.
Alright, first flip for the bench is a heads, so that's 30 to that Remoraid. The big flip will be that Cleffa.
Just 1 second. But when I use a strength charm and I attack his Pokemon, if it's Tails, if it's mine, does it take 30 then? Since it has strength charm. Can I read that?
So afterwards, if you hit any tails, whatever the total is, it's the total plus 10. It's not 10 for each tails, it's just an extra 10.
Quick rules clarification on strength charm and recoil to self.
How did the flip go?
Okay, so I got heads for.
Okay. So 30 there.
Yeah.
And then did you
Tails,
flip
Weeping Bell.
Okay. And then
I haven't gotten him yet.
okay. So do them all first.
Got it.
I don't know. Yeah, again, I'm glad.
Tails for Artillery.
Another Tails for Octillery.
Nothing for Cleffa.
And then one more for Remoraid.
Another Tails on Cleffa.
Okay. So that was 3 tails?
Yeah.
Or 4 tails?
4 tails.
Okay.
That's a lot of tails.
Zapdos would do 50.
Got it. Thanks.
Alright, Zapdos cracks itself hard over the head. And it's a pass for turn. Zapdos does have 80 HP, but Victory Bell will be allowed to take a revenge knockout here. Energy Stadium is a Tails for TakoBel. A second attached to Weepin' Bell, so still not powering up Octillery. And a Goldberry to Victory Bell. That's going to be tough. Corrosive Acid will knock out Zapdos, put a bunch of energy in the bin, and put TakoBel ahead on prizing. In between turns, Goldberry will be proccing, healing Victory Bell down to 30. So good sequence. 90 HP on that Victory Bell, remember. Cleffa comes in active. And now we'll start attaching to Raichu. Raichu, worth noting that Giga Shock, even though it is 4 attaches, allows you to pick 3 of your opponent's bench Pokemon and deal 10 damage to them, as well as dealing 30 to active. Fan Club will pull out Zapdos again and another Pikachu. But it can only be one because the bench would have been full, so it's Pikachu. Worth noting, if Raichu can power up here, it can pick off that bench Remoraid that already has 30 on it. That would be a prize. Energy Stadium flip is a Tails. And pass over, once again, not using Playful Punch. Don't forget your Playful Punches if you are not going to be attacking. I think that roll was for Energy Stadium. Energy Stadium for TakoBel is a heads. It's a weird looking 6, not sure why. Fragrance Trap, also a Tails. That has not been working at all for gusting. Water attaches to the bench Remoraid. Again, not the Octillery. And a Corrosive Acid attempt on Cleffa is going to be a heads. Elekid comes in. Raichu evolves. Heads on the Energy Stadium. I guess we'll see that attached to the Raichu. Playful Punch coming in here. And it's a Tails. So Playful Punch can be used active or benched. Alright, Grass Energy comes down onto Remoraid. Corrosive Acid attempt again. Baby Flip for Elekid. That is a heads. We are down to 1 prize. It's 1-4 at the moment. Looking for a potential comeback for ZapChu. Energy Stadium. Looks like that was a Tails, I think. And a pass back. I think we're about dead in the water here as far as comebacks go. Victory Bell's got a lot of HP left, 60 HP. It would take, what, 2 Giga Shocks to knock that out. All the while, Victory Bell will be using Corrosive Acid. Huge hand for TakoBel right now. Fragrance Trap is a Tails again. Have we seen any of those work? That's wild. Another Octillery comes down. This one also just got a water attach. Corrosive Acid will deal 40, so Raichu does need to be hit 3 times here. Tails for the burn as well. These flips have been wild. Lightning Energy attaches. Gonna use a switch to bring in a Jolteon.
Look for Energy Stadium.
Energy Stadium again. Would have been good to put that Cleffa down first if you wanted it active, just because it's a free retreater, then you can always go back into Jolteon if that's what you want to keep active at the end of the turn.
Here we go.
And pass back. Fragrance Trap is Tails again. Oh my gosh. Grass Energy to the other Octillery that does not have DCE. Another attempt at a burn with Corrosive Acid. Still no. That is an insane number of Tails. Alright, Raichu attaches. That'll strand the Jolteon. That would be final prize. Energy Stadium roll.
If I have a Warp Energy, I can't use it since I already put a basic energy on Raichu, right?
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be game. So thank you for watching. These were 2 very different decks. Type matchup matters just a little bit. And that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.